For our safety training topic, we chose to discuss office safety. There are many dangers that can occur while working in an office, and most of them are things people wouldn't even think of. The first conclusion people may jump to when we say office safety is physical damage, but there are actually a lot of health dangers that can occur as well. Some of these dangers could include eyesight damage, circulation or posture issues, and fatigue. In this video, we will explain the ways your physical and mental health can be damaged in the office and steps to avoid them. Our video is geared towards college students who are getting ready to go out into the working world. Almost 80% of workers who are in their first year of employment could not remember any workplace safety or orientation training. We hope this video will prepare graduating students with the safety tips needed for what is to come in the next few months. Before starting a new job, it is important to understand the risks involved in that atmosphere and how to protect your health and well-being.
It has been mentioned by researchers that computer monitors may cause eye problems for workers who view a computer screen for an extended period of time. In an article by Safety and Health magazine, it mentions that computer monitors that are fuzzy and otherwise hard to read can result in physically straining your eyes. Dim overhead lighting, staring at fixed objects for long periods of time, and uncorrected vision can lead to damage to the eyes. In order to correct such health risks, we should make sure to adjust lighting, choose the correct eyewear for yourself to prevent eye strain, and taking short breaks from looking at the screen, such as looking at a magazine. Practicing these and making them habits will help improve your workday. The correlation between the office setting and posture issues is a rising concern. According to Dr. Swade, a medical doctor at the Dubai Psychotherapy and Rehabilitation Center, about 50% of his patients are being treated for issues related to desk jobs. Long hours of sitting at a desk can be damaging to one's posture, appearance, and cause health issues related to the neck, shoulders, and back. Slouched posture at your work can lead to many health implications. However, we can avoid these health implications by practicing your natural posture. As stated in an article titled, "How to Improve Your Posture at Work," it is important to keep your computer at eye level, shoulders back, and back flat against the chair. Taking regular stretching breaks, exercising during free time, and using back supports are other ways to avoid such health risks. As an employer, it is important to make sure your staff is establishing healthy habits in the office setting. Making sure each staff member is working no more than 12-hour shifts so they won't become run down is important. Encouraging staff to take regular breaks and a change in scenery will help them prepare for another round of work. Taking lunch breaks is just as important. Your lunch break is a time to re-energize and take your mind off of work so that when you return, you are refreshed to work harder. Doing so will make the workday easier and help you put forward your best effort and produce efficient work. Taking breaks and re-energizing will help lessen the risks of you becoming sick at work, passing out, fatigue, and causing accidents in the office. There are many hazards in the workplace. Some may be more obvious than others. One such hazard is wires, electrical plugs, or other miscellaneous objects laying on the ground. These such objects laying on the ground can cause someone to trip, fall, and get seriously hurt. The only way to avoid such hazards is to watch your step, pick things up you see laying around, move cords out of the walkway, or tape the cords to the floor. Other hazardous objects in the office can be everyday objects we use, such as office supplies. Staplers, scissors, push pins, and sharp paper cutters are just a few that could cause potential harm if not used properly. For example, if you are not careful and paying attention, you could staple your finger by accident. You need to make sure all fingers are away from under the stapler before you staple the paper. Lastly, having liquids around electrical equipment can be very dangerous. Not only could you damage your belongings, but you could injure yourself. Having water around electrical outlets and cords could cause electrical shocks that could harm you. Keep any water far away from these areas. Keep water away from your laptop or computer. Accidents can happen and you could spill your water on the electronic device, causing damage. To avoid the damage or injury, make sure your glass is placed away from the cords and electronics. Getting sick can happen to anybody at any time. However, there are ways to avoid such risks. Office settings can be tight quarters with desks back to back with other people. This can be a breeding ground for germs. In order to protect yourself and others from getting sick, it is important to keep the work environment clean and take proper procedures to keeping yourself clean, such as coughing or sneezing into your arm instead of your hand. Before shaking someone else's hand in the office, wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. While working in the office, you should regularly wash your hands due to the fact you will be consistently touching other office supplies.
Working long hours in an office setting can have physical and mental toll on your body. Headaches, dizziness, chronic tiredness, sore muscles, and slow reflexes are all signs of effects fatigue can have on your body. Working for long periods of time, taking overtime, and working multiple jobs can have a negative effect on a person's health due to lack of sleep. Fatigue is an increasing health and safety problem in our daily lives due to 24-hour society with decreasing emphasis on sleep. Not only can fatigue cause health-related risks, but can cause other work-related injuries due to the lack of mental awareness while in this state.
We can avoid such further risks by planning ahead and balance workload and staffing, scheduling shifts, and monitoring signs of fatigue. As studies have shown, an increase in shift work causes an increase in injury. Employees should be scheduled for 8 to 10 hour shifts, but no longer than 12 hours, according to medical research. Leaving at a decent time from work will allow you more time for rest and recuperation for the next day of work. Many risks can take place in any environment, including the office. But I bet you didn't think about the risks once you leave the office. Theft and property damages can happen, and we need to make sure we take the proper procedures in order to avoid them.
6.5 hours later.
After the end of every workday, we should make sure we lock the office doors in order to keep our belongings and information protected. With the protection of locked doors and security, we lower the risks of theft and property damage.
Oh, shit!
Action.